Rheinmetall recently unveiled their latest tank, the KF51 Panther, and I think it is safe to say that it took the internet by storm. Everyone is talking about it, and I thought to join the commotion and take a look at the vehicle myself. You can research your own tanks in Conflict of Nations. Thanks to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring this video. Conflict of Nations is a free online PvP strategy game. Choose a real country to lead in modern global warfare and fight up to 128 other players in real time in games that can take weeks to complete. Use many different units to build your army, declare war to your neighbors, or forge alliances with other players. Choose your own strategy, engage in epic battles to take over the world. One thing I like about the game is that it is a long-term real-time strategy game. A great thing is that you can play on the same account on both PC and mobile. Click on the link in the description to get an exclusive gift. 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. The offer is available for only 30 days, don't lose time. The most notable thing about the tank is definitely the 130mm gun as well as the new turret. The Rheinmetall's 130mm gun has been public for several years now, and from the moment it has been announced, it has been dubbed the Armata Killer. Can it actually kill Armata? Well, we don't know. The gun has also been showcased on the British Challenger tank before, probably to show that they can install the upgrade on any NATO tank. This is not the first time we see a proposed upgrade for the Leopard 2 with the 130mm gun though. Not long after the 130mm gun was unveiled, a concept for the 130mm Leopard 2 was shown in a presentation, but it was much less developed and seemed to use the Leopard 2A4 turret as the basis. It is suffice to say that a lot has changed since then. Now the gun offers 50% increased performance of the kinetic energy projectiles, aka APFSDS, when compared to the 120mm guns. This is a massive jump in performance, and the projectile also plays a role in that jump. The 130mm APFSDS is significantly larger than the 120mm one. The entire thing is probably around 1.3 meters long, which is huge. The gun also brings the already well-known programmable HE projectile, with the point detonation, delayed detonation, and the airburst abilities. A third projectile has been showcased as well, and apparently it is an anti-structure projectile, which I really don't see a reason for with the new programmable HE, but we will have to wait for more details. Now let's talk more about the tank itself. The tank seems to be made on the Leopard 2A4, based on the driver's hatch, but according to available information, any Leopard 2 can receive the same upgrades, and it makes sense, because the turret is what matters here the most. The turret is now completely different. The commander now sits on the left side and the gunner on the right, since there is now an autoloader and the human loader is no longer present. The ammunition capacity is said to be 20 pieces at best. That is because all the ammunition is located in the rear turret bustle, and the options that can be added to the turret can reduce the ammunition to 10 pieces only. The options include a drone and Hero 120 loitering munition. I personally see no reason for the loitering munition on this tank. I believe it to be more suited for support vehicles, but perhaps I'm wrong and they have a valid reason for it. But that is just an option for the customers, and having options is always good, since you can always choose not to install that on your tank. Now, the reason why the ammunition is only located in the rear turret bustle is because there is an optional fourth crew member in the hull next to the driver. This fourth crew member can serve as the company commander, a drone operator, which I believe is what most people would prefer, or a wingman. Now, this decision has received mixed reactions. At one side, you have people saying it is a good idea because all the countries who will be potentially getting this tank have always had 4 crew members and their operation depends a lot on that, and the 4th crew member can be a lot of help in maintaining the tank and doing other tasks to reduce the load of the rest of the crew. On the other hand, you have people saying that it is a waste of tank's internal volume, how it could be used to store ammunition, fuel, etc. This has risen as an issue because even though they say 4th crew member is optional, nowhere do they mention that something else would be in his place if the station is not selected as an option. Of course, a customer can request to leave the ammo storage there because Leopard 2 already has one by default, only to modify it to fit the new projectiles, so that could be a reason why nothing about it is being mentioned. But it is possible that the new projectiles are too long to be put in the hull ammo storage, because they might interfere with the turret basket and other stuff because of their length, so that could also be the reason why they chose to completely exclude that storage. But of course, this is just me speculating on the situation. Don't take this as anything official or anything. What is weird though is that in the official Rheinmetall digital presentation, they talk about the reduction of crew sizes and the possibility of the unmanned turret. So what we see here might not be the final design. The fire control system includes new sights for both gunner and commander with 3rd generation thermals and automatic target tracking. The tank received all-around cameras for 360-degree view, and I hope those cameras are good, because the number of periscopes for the commander has been reduced, and they cover only a fraction of what they used to. The tank is also equipped with Ntter remotely controlled weapon station. The weapon is chambered in 7.62 NATO, which in my opinion is not a good idea. They list it as a drone defense weapon as well, but I really don't see the 7.62 being very effective against drones. Rheinmetall has also made a 12.7mm Ntter, and I'm surprised they haven't chose that as the option, especially because the coaxial machine gun is chambered in 12.7. It would also make it better for logistics because they share ammunition and parts. Speaking of defense against drones, apparently the tank will also receive the direct energy weapon, which is basically a high energy laser, as an option to defend against enemy drones. Which is a good option, and Rheinmetall has already developed such systems and are offering them on other vehicles. But even if it does not receive one, it is highly likely that the supporting vehicles would be armed with such systems, so its drone defense capabilities are not that relevant. As for protection, well, we don't have much information about the base armor. Some say it's a bit worse when compared to the best Leopard 2 tanks, and the APS is supposed to counter that. And some say that the protection is possibly on par with the best Leopard 2s. But we can't know the real answer for sure, and we probably won't have it in a while. But what we do know is that the active protection system in question is the Strike Shield, an APS developed by Rheinmetall. This hard-kill active protection system incorporates both passive and active elements. The parts of the APS are integrated into the Ntter elements, which are then mounted on the tank or any other vehicle, usually on the sides. This ensures that if one system is damaged, the others can work, and the replacement can be easily done. In the presentation that I mentioned earlier, the APS is said to have the ability to intercept large caliber KE projectiles, which probably refers to the kinetic energy projectiles from MBTs, which is a massive plus to the tank, and would go more in favor of worse base armor, because if the APS can intercept the APF SDS, then having a great base protection is kinda useless. The tank also has dedicated top attack protection system, so it's safe to say they have everything covered when it comes to the protection. Now, the tank is said to weigh 59 tons, which is absolutely amazing. It has become a trend for the Western tanks to keep gaining weight, and this is truly a breath of fresh air. One of the reasons for the reduced weight could be the fact that the base armor is lighter. Because of all the active protection systems installed on the tank, it could also be the new materials being used to make the armor. Another reason could also be the reduced internal volume of the turret, because it is now only occupied by 2 crew members, and the turret may just look big on the outside because of all the add-ons on it. Whatever it is, the fact that they managed to reduce the weight of the tank is amazing. The engine is said to be the same as the one on all Leopard 2 tanks, the MTU MB873, which is a 1500 horsepower diesel engine. I was hoping they would be installing some more advanced engine, but that would probably cost a lot and would increase the price of the vehicle. And they need to make this vehicle affordable if they want to sell it to nations around the world. But with the reduced weight, the mobility will be better anyway. Now, I want you all to know that this might not be the final design. We have seen other vehicles in the past evolve since their first showcase. Rheinmetall's KF51, for example, has changed quite a bit since it was first shown, and the final variants are different in many ways to the original. So KF51 can meet the same fate. We will maybe see some changes to the crew distribution, changes to the secondary weapons, to the armor, and the weight could increase as the time goes on. But I think that one thing is certain: the 130mm gun will stay. I believe that is the main selling point of this vehicle, and I hope we will get more information about it very soon. I also believe that the EMBT did not get as much attention as Panther did after their reveal, so I hope I will have the video about it soon. That would be all. Thanks LASD for letting me use some pictures. I have wrote articles for LASD before, so you guys can check that out. The link will be in the description. Thank you all for watching. If you want, you can support me on Patreon. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day. Conflict of Nations is a free online PvP strategy game happening in a modern global warfare. Click on the link in the description to get an exclusive gift, 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. The offer is only available for 30 days, so don't lose time.